Secretary of the Scottish Secondary Teachers Association. Seamus, thank you for your time. I think this particular dispute, this has been going on some time, hasn't it, in Scotland?
Yeah, the dispute has been going on since August. The last pay offer that we received was at the end of August. We rejected that, and we've been trying to get a resolution to the dispute since. The last meeting that took place on Friday, it was we were trying to find a compromise and a way forward, but the employers and the Scottish Government came to the table with nothing. There was no movement on their part. When the First Minister refers to both sides need to compromise, it only appears to be one way at the moment, and that's not going to help to solve this dispute.
And is there argument, as it is in London, that given inflation and the economic situation at the moment, these large pay rises literally cannot be afforded?
Well, we've got a shortage of teachers in Scotland, and we've got to try and recruit teachers, but more importantly, retain the ones that we've already got. Yeah. And we're struggling, especially in the secondary sector. So unless the salary levels are of a sufficient level to actually encourage people in and keep the people that we've got, then we won't have an education system in a few years' time.
And therefore it feeds into this sort of narrative elsewhere in the public sector. It's not just about the pay itself, but it's the conditions of work that leads to in terms of making up for fewer staff and covering staff and all the associated expert help, I guess, you need in secondary education.
Well, we've seen over the last 10 years cutbacks right across the board, and many class sizes have gone up. The support staff that we would have had in school are no longer there, and it's all been left on the doorstep of the teacher. And that's one of the factors that teachers are deciding to leave, is that actually the salary's not good enough, but actually the work they're expected to do is far in excess of what they're capable of doing. And there's a sign of frustration with what they do. So what we're trying to do is to address all those problems. But underfunding over a long period of years is starting to have an impact now, and we need to turn that corner.